alone or anything like that.
Okay, we're rolling. So.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, because your preparation for 5:30 and everything like that, but it'll just be real short. Give me your name and spell it for me.
Okay, it's Jared Hall, Gerrad Hall.
What year are you in school?
I am, well, let's see, a first-year junior according to credits, but a sophomore technically, second year.
So if I put it on the screen, you want to be junior or sophomore?
Oh, just put junior. It makes me feel better.
Okay. Where are you from?
I am from Corden, Indiana.
Okay.
Sophomore looks better than his anchoring.
Oh, well, true. Yeah, sophomore. Yeah.
And news and anchor and everything. Well, tell me, how'd you get involved in this?
First semester freshman year, I found out about the super party here that goes on every semester and just introduces new students to all of the activities involved in the telecommunications department, the on-air activities, the organizations, and all that kind of stuff. So that's where I found out about WCRH, and I immediately started coming to meetings and just became involved as a reporter, and that's what I still do, and tonight I'll be anchoring. And
so this is your first night anchoring?
Yes.
So tell me, how does that make you feel?
A little nervous, not too much though. I just, want to do my best, and hopefully I will do that.
Focus, right?
Yes.
Tell me about the experience that you're gaining here. It seems like the opportunity is boundless.
It is. I can't describe how, how good of an opportunity this is. It's just, I couldn't imagine receiving this much experience and having such a great opportunity anywhere else. There are all kinds of productions to be involved in, countless organizations to make connections with, just various field trips that you go on with those, national conventions to attend, and I'm just making all kinds of contacts, gaining all kinds of great experience here that will hopefully get me out into the job market and put me where I would like to be.
Where do you want to be?
Long-term, New York, East Coast, somewhere around there, but right after I graduate, I will probably go back home and work in the Louisville market. That's where I would like to start at.
You want to be news,
yes.
air, and you'll start doing whatever you can do.
Right.
Do you want to anchor? Do you want to report?
I want to report, maybe produce a little, yeah.
Yeah. You chose Ball State, why?
Foremost for the telecommunications department. As I said, just wonderful opportunities here. Also, I really like the environment of the university. It's just a nice size, friendly people, lots of great things to do here on campus and everything. So it was a lot that attracted me here.
The opportunity you have to be involved in this live TV production 4 nights a week. I mean, this is real world stuff here, and this is pretty unusual.
Very, very unusual. Last semester we had a conference here, and there were students from some Ohio schools, some Michigan schools, and they were telling us about the things that we do, the things that they do, and just not near as many productions, especially live. I kind of felt bad to tell them the things that we do because I didn't want to feel, conceited or anything, saying, well, we do 8 live shows each week, and they're like, well, we do 1 live to tape show, tape in per week, and it's like, I kind of felt sorry for them. I wish all of them could come here and experience this department.
How do other kids feel about it?
I think the majority of the students, it's a huge consensus. They love being here. They love having all the opportunities and just gaining all the experience. All of the students here, especially here in WCRH and the whole department, they're just great to work with. Everyone knows a lot about something, and there's plenty of people to turn to for questions, outstanding faculty to work with. I couldn't say much better things about them. They're just wonderful. Everyone here in the department is.
So you all have a variety of jobs. In other words, you don't just anchor, you do reporting, you do producing, you do the whole, so you get the experience from all angles.
Right, yeah. For the first year and a half I was here, I did reporting, which was just a great opportunity to get me into that and get my feet wet a little bit and really work hard to get where I am now. And there's also producing. People behind the scenes during the newscast, run audio, they technical direct, and then there's the director of the show. There's people that run tapes. You have the producer, the teleprompter, tons of jobs to do that go into this newscast. All of the camera positions, the floor directors, just lots to do in a newscast.
2 per night?
2 per night, 5:30 and 9:30.
Wow. When you look into the lens of that camera and you go on, what runs through your mind? What are you thinking?
I try to think that just to concentrate on what I'm saying and not think about how many, or as the case may be, how little, maybe sometimes how little people are watching, but just to do what I'm there to do and report the news to the best of my ability, accurate and fair, whatever the case may be and whatever story I may be reporting.
If you were telling other students about coming here and participating in the same thing you're doing, what would you tell them?
Get involved immediately. There are plenty of things to do here, and the experience, it's just boundless things to do. The opportunities are here, so take advantage of them, because you won't get anywhere without the experience.
When did you have your first story on the air as a reporter?
Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, you were
freshman year. I did my first stories freshman year. We started with look lives, and then eventually I learned to edit and did some packages, some thoughts, some interviews, and that kind of stuff. So just putting together some of my own, things, some original ideas, some that were assigned by the producer on the particular show. But
right off the bat, you still want to be an actor taking the class
From you?
yeah, yes.
Okay, we're rolling.
Tim, give me your name and spell it for me.
Tim Pollard, P as in Paul, O-L-L-A-R-D.
And what's your title?
Assistant Professor in the Department of Telecommunications.
Tell me what you're doing here with this project, News Center.
Well, it's a student-based, student-produced program that's seen Monday through Thursday on the campus cable channel 57 and on the community cable system channel 43, which is the Burris Laboratory School channel. They've been very gracious in letting us put programming on their station. And what we do is the students are interested in being either news on air or behind the scenes, or people that are interested in being in TV production. This gives them a venue 8 times a week to practice their skills that they learn in the classroom. And we try to make it as real world as possible. So we're on the air live, and whatever happens, happens.
That's true, and that's got to be very unusual for a program, a telecommunications program from a university around the country.
Well, we are without a doubt the best program in the country, and I say that unequivocally. We have a superb staff. Steve Bell from Good Morning America teaches here. Jim Shasky, who was in Hollywood for 15 years. You have a staff with real-world experience combined with some folks with an excellent academic background. So you get a really good foundation here to go out into the real world when you graduate. And the program here, because everybody's so focused on getting real-world experience and trying new and different things, and having the facilities here on campus to be able to do that, it's the best of everything. And we have such a highly motivated student group here that is willing to do anything, everything. We're planning to do the State of the Union message in 2 weeks with President Clinton because they want to do it. We're going to bring in college Democrats and college Republicans and our anchor staff. We're going to have analysts, and we're going to put it on the air.
That's fantastic. So the kids here, the students here, are getting not only the theory and the academic approach to broadcasting, but they're being able to transfer that learning into the real world experience in the laboratory here on campus.
Oh, absolutely. And we will match up what we do here against any small to mid-market station that you have around the country. We have satellite feeds coming in. We get a feed from CNN, which we are allowed to recut and put on the air. We go out and we do our own news stories. Since we're now seen in Delaware County on the cable system, we now have more of a Muncie, Delaware County focus. So we're going out and we're covering City Hall and the county government, and we're making it as real world as possible. And it's great because they want to learn more, and that's what's nice about being a teacher here, is you get these group of students who are really motivated and say, okay, go ahead and do it, and they go and do it.
You've got how many students in the department?
There are approximately 1,000 majors and minors.
So it doesn't seem like you want for troops, so to speak.
We've been very good having a very dedicated group of students here, and it's been very much a pick and choose.
I would think this is a real motivator for students wanting to attend Ball State and choose this program as a course of study.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not sure of the current figures, but we are getting a high number of honor roll students choosing the TCOM program at Ball State to be their major and what they want to go in. So we're doing tremendously well. Very high motivated students, excellent faculty, good facilities. It's a wonderful place to be.
And you're going to another story with Kylie with
He
notes.
produced. Yes.
You are doing that?
Yes. And ask Jason. He produced.
Jason,
They're back to back, yeah.
Is this your map?
is
You're using that?
A11 and OTS
I
as
can,
well?
I had marked it out because it seemed kind of odd
A11
after
and
tomorrow's weather.
A12 are
Because it's
OTS.
like,
Okay,
that's
so you didn't have
today's
that
normal
script on
highs.
there.
Where would you like to? These aren't normal
That's
highs.
fine.
These are what the temperatures are going to be tomorrow.
Okay, so.
Where do you? Is this where you want it? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I just want to go
Actually-
through here and make sure that they're all set. Make sure we're good to go. You let me know. Let's see. Start it like this. Go like that.
812?
Nice
Yeah, 812
weather.
does have VO, yes.
A12 goes from OTS.
Tomorrow's weather.
Yes, that's fine.
Needs to be,
814, what is 814? There's nothing down.
A14 is dead.
Okay. Grand.
So then we go into your temperatures. These are our highs for tomorrow in the 30s. It's gonna be
Cool.
great. So we're all set. Thank you. Let's test all our OTSs if you can. Let me in. We'll make sure that nothing's going to drop out. Okay, good. We've already got it set up. Everything's good there.
I just messed up.
Many Delaware County bigwigs visited a Duke power plant in North Carolina yesterday.
For more on this story, we go to Rachel Hill Live in the Update Center with tonight's top story.
Trains and train whistles, they're a common occurrence in
Federal money can be on its way to
area
expand
and
the
a part of
Cardinal
the local
Greenway to the
industry.
Delaware County
Tell me though
Airport.
what their
The trail would extend about a quarter of a mile and run alongside of Brigham Road and Walnut Street. Cardinal Greenway users could use the trailhead as
Public Works and Safety
Muncie
is
City
stepping in to
Council
release
Democrats provided their assessment of the state of the city yesterday. Money to fund community centers as well as support incentives for existing and new business industries. Mayor Dan Cannon said he had no problems with the council Democrats.
Center at 5:30, it looks less likely that the Earth will meet a fiery end from asteroids.
Plus, the scaffolding is coming down. One of our nation's
Well, since we're
most
predicting
landmarks,
Earth's
and you might be able
demise.
to get a piece of it. Stay tuned to New Center at 5:30.
That's nuts.
They did think there were 1,000 to
That could go with our
2,000. There's
astronomy
only
course.
700 though.
It could.
I did not enjoy that class today.
Wasn't that bad? I didn't think it was that bad. Was it not like that last time?
No, it was really fun last time. We didn't do any math.
Which one?
I was like, I need to be
Unless you
getting
chose
math credit for
astronomy.
this too.
Are you gonna floor direct?
No.
You wanna floor direct?
No. Page 2's coming.
Do we have the camera shot yet?
No, Sean will have those.
Okay.
I've printed out
7
page 2
people are
right
back
now.
from a tour of a Duke Energy power plant in North Carolina. Good evening, I'm Jared Hall.
Do this tease with me.
So just kind of stay tuned.
Smile, Rachel.
What about the kicker?
Hang on one second.
What about the kicker?
Kicker we might have to drop.
Okay. Just check.
I'll keep you informed.
Indiana is near the top of a less than desirable list, and environmental group ranks the state 8th.
If you're out there, please go to James, please.
Yeah, it's the second. Ever comes in first. Is when
Smile,
I first
Rachel.
start the B-roll. When he first starts the B-roll, and then I come back after the protesters. It's after the protesters, okay?
Administration, but were withdrawn last year because of court.
Jared, scoot to your right a little bit. That's good.
Gotcha. And coming up on New Center at 5:30, it looks less likely that the Earth will meet a fiery end from asteroids. turned it on.
Oh, that.
Well, they're on black right now, but
They're all on.
okay, they are. All right.
Stand by, number 1. Shot.
Seven people are back from a tour of a Duke Energy power plant in North Carolina. Good evening, I'm Jared Hall.
And I'm Kylie Gandalf. The group, however, was not given a warm welcome home. For more on this story, we go to Rachel Hill live in the Update Center with tonight's top story.
Many Delaware County bigwigs visited a Duke power plant in North Carolina yesterday, similar to one proposed for Delaware County. In attendance was the visitors to the Duke plant got to see and hear the plant from a distance and up close. Duke started 2 turbines for the group to hear and also met the principals of 2 neighboring schools. Another trip, this time for opponents of the proposed generating station. Duke officials said they would seriously consider the recommendation. Back to you, Jared and Kylie.
Rachel Hill live in the Update Center tonight. Thanks. Federal money could be on its way to expand the Cardinal Greenway to the Delaware.
Trains and train whistles, they're a common occurrence in the Muncie area and a part of the local industry. To many, though, they're a nuisance of the night. Motorist delays are also a problem, but now Muncie's Board of Public Works and Safety is stepping in to relieve some of the traffic and noise caused by the trains. An Indianapolis agency will be paid over $100,000 to conduct a study with hopes of finding possible solutions to the noise and traffic congestion. Any solutions to the problem could be years away.
Muncie City Council Democrats provided their assessment of the state of the city yesterday. Council President Bruce Weimer said council proposals. And in the State of the State address, Republicans say Governor Frank O'Bannon disappointed them because of the lack of vision in his State of the State message. In the speech, the governor dubbed property tax repeated to township and county officials.
Indiana is near the top of a less than desirable list. An environmental group ranks the state 8th among those with smog problems. Preliminary data from the U.S. Public Interest Research Group says Indiana had 320 air quality breaches in an 8-hour period. California tops the list with more than 1,200 breaches. Other states that ranked high on the list are Texas, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Georgia, and Tennessee. Nationwide, there were almost 7,700 incidents in which air at a monitoring site failed to meet the tougher federal health standards for smog. Those standards were originally imposed by the Clinton administration, but were withdrawn last year because of a court challenge. And coming up on News Center at 5:30, it looks less likely that the Earth will meet a fiery end from asteroids.
Plus, the scaffolding is coming down for one of our nation's most treasured landmarks, and you might be able to get a piece of it. Stay tuned for News Center at 5:30.
Baby apatosaurus.
We're okay on time now, guys.
Ride a tractor and visit animals living in the barn. Explore a cave, climb into a bird's nest, crawl through the human anthill, and learn how to create your own cartoon.
Is the timer right on that?
About 30 seconds, camera wants straight, then you gotta be on. 15 seconds. About 30 seconds, camera wants straight.
Energy. You have no choice but action. You have the power to
have Kylie to stand by, please. Have her sit up.
You already know how to do it.
Stand by camera 1. Have Kylie super up right now, wait. Hurry up.
Your local chapter for details.
Stand by camera 1, stand by her mic. And dissolve on cue her mic.
A judge in
Stand by
Michigan has
VT7.
decided to sentence a 13-year-old convicted
Super
of
out.
murder as a juvenile, rather than sending him to an
And
adult
roll
prison.
7.
Daniel Abraham
Take
is
7.
13 and was convicted
Camera
of
3
a murder
straight
he committed
next.
when he was
Camera 3
11.
tilt up.
Under today's sentence, the teen will be in the state's juvenile justice system
Hold
until
up.
he is
Get the
21.
supervision faster.
Judge Eugene Moore said putting someone that young in an adult prison would destroy any hope of rehabilitation. He called on state lawmakers to set
Stand
a
by
minimum
3.
age
And
for
then just hit,
sentencing someone as an adult.
And take 3 cues mic.
And on to some good news now. For those of you who fear the Earth's destruction by asteroids,
Camera
fear
1
not,
straight.
in 6 miles.
Stand by 1.
Big enough to read global disaster if they smacked into the planet.
And take 1.
The scaffolding on the
Stand by
Washington
6.
Monument is coming
Camera
down.
3 is in the
It's
middle.
protected the
Roll.
monument during its refurbishing and could be worth millions. The Washington
Attorney General Janet Reno had her
VT7.
weekly briefing,
Right.
and Elian Gonzalez was the key topic.
Yesterday, Reno upheld a decision by the U.S. immigration officials to send the 6-year-old back to Cuba. His relatives in Miami are promising a fight in federal court. CNN's Susan Candiotti has the latest.
Susan Candiotti, CNN, Miami.
And take 2, cue the mics.
And Amanda Lawrence joins us now for weather.
Weather super. Stand by 6.
Around 11 o'clock. Yeah, it was. It was quite a surprise to see a little bit of snow
Boost for
flurries. I
Mike.
thought it was actually kind of cute, a little dust on
can.
the ground. Are we going to expect
little bit more music,
of those
too.
snow flurries? I'll tell you about that.
Stand by
when we
6.
Come back at 5, or when we come back.
And Killer Mike's music full. Stand by 6. Roll 6. And 6 audio.
Okay, so you're cruising for colleges?
1.
Don't bring in the bar.
I don't want to die.
All right. Stand by the 1 at wall. And it's off. Cue Mike.
Welcome back to News Center at 5:30.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the weather from Indiana's largest weather staff. You can see that today the high was right on target at 33. The low today was just a little bit below the normal low. Sunrise in front of Muncie. Most of that snow has pushed off into Ohio, so it's going to be clearing out tonight. Now, taking a look at the national satellite, there's the cloud cover. You can see that that's moving in. Get a little bit of warmer weather coming in as the warm front moves in. And also, tomorrow the highs are going to be in the 30s tomorrow for most of our area. Some areas, like up in the Great Lakes region, in the teens and 20s for tomorrow's highs. Now for tonight, you can see that it's going to be mostly clear with a low of 16 degrees, wind north at 17. And for tomorrow, you can expect it to be mostly sunny with a high of 32, wind north at 10. And let's take a look at our 3-day outlook. You can see
And
this
is off
weekend
3.
and what
Stand
it
by
has
2
been
with
in the past
music.
few days. A high of 32 tomorrow. That's terrible. I know, it's going to be
And
cold.
stick music in.
It's gonna look great. All right, thanks, Amanda.
And take 2.
Well, stay tuned. Coming
Stand
up
by
next, Daniel
6.
Davis will join us with the latest on the tobacco settlement.
And a little later, Jeremiah Johnson will be in with all of your post-game highlights from last night's 3-overtime thriller from Oxford. Stay tuned, News Center at 5:30.
And Killer Mike's music full. Stand by 6. Roll 6. And it's off 6. 6 audio.
State University, everything you need.
2 minutes of free Ball State spots in this show. I love it. I was
Not too upset with that. Goodness. You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
My blind side.
Yeah, I couldn't tell to where he was pointing the camera.
Today was not a prompter day.
Obviously.
I don't know why it dropped out on yours. Like, I went over there, hit OK, brought it back up, and we caught it back up so Jared could get the kicker in because we'd already dropped the weather recap because for some reason your mic didn't work. I don't know. Just a quick thing. I mean, with mics and everything like that, just as you're sitting down, putting the mic on, just check, make sure it's on. I mean, it happens to us, and if we're all, if everybody's screaming in the control room, make sure, I mean, you guys kind of be quiet because you're our backups when their mics go bad. So just kind of, if you kind of notice some extra action in the control room.
Well, and next week we'll tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're wearing IOB, so if there's a problem like that, you're going to know because we'll talk to you and you'll hear. But excellent job today for your first show, especially. Thank you very much. Teleprompter, I have no idea what happened there. It just kicked itself out.
I don't know what happened with this one either.
It kicked itself out on the computer. Teleprompter went down there. But with all of the stuff we had going on today,
and I thought
we pulled it out.
The
so
first
good
couple,
job.
the first two, 3 blocks were just excellent. I mean, you guys did a great job. I mean, I didn't have any complaints. I mean, thank you to Rachel, who's not here, for coming back in again and doing that. But great job, Jared. First time anchoring. I mean, everybody's a little rusty after not doing it for a while, but great job.
Sorry we had to drop the weather recap
Oh,
there, but we had, and actually your mic was.
Okay, Al. Okay. Kind of give me your name and spell it for me so I don't mess it up.
Kylie, Kylie, Gandolf, Gandolf.
What year are you in school?
I am a sophomore. I'm my second year, but I have enough credits to be a junior, so sophomore
You're one of
slash junior.
those. I
yeah.
just heard that from Jared. Yeah. But sophomore or junior?
Right, I'm second year sophomore.
Okay.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Greenwood, which is a suburb just about 20 miles south of Indianapolis.
Sure, yeah, not very far away.
Yeah.
And Jared's from all the way down by
Yep, he has a long drive.
Okay, tell me about what you're doing. What is this project?
Well, it's WCRH and it's called News Center, and what we do is we air 8 half-hour shows once a week, and it's just a news show. We get wire from CNN, we have international news, nationwide news, and it's completely student-produced, student-operated. We just have an advisor that helps us every now and then, but other than that, it's completely run by the students.
So you shoulder all the responsibility.
Exactly.
You take all the credit and
yeah.
you feel all the guilt.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, but it's so rewarding. I mean, it's incredibly rewarding when you see the final product.
How do you balance this against academics? I mean, you've got classroom responsibilities, but something like this takes a lot of time.
Very carefully. You have to really manage your time and not have a problem with staying up late, and it's just time management. I mean, you get as much into it or you get as much out of it as you put into it. So you have to find a way to balance academics and extracurricular. So.
Do you look at this as extracurricular? I mean, this is not like joining some kind of club or anything. This is kind of career based.
Right. I don't really consider it extracurricular. I almost consider it something I need to do because it's so important. Because if you don't get involved in the clubs, you don't get hands-on experience probably until your 200 or 300 level classes, which would be your sophomore or junior year. But you can come into the studio as a freshman and be on air instantly. So it's just a great way to get involved. So yeah, it's extracurricular, but it's something that every student really should get involved in.
Is this something that brought you to Ball State?
Oh, definitely. Like my senior year, I was taken on a tour of this building, and I was brought into this studio, and I just remember my jaw dropped because I was amazed of how advanced it was and how neat it looked. And I never dreamed I would be in the studio my freshman year. I thought, oh, I won't get to play in that studio till my senior year. And freshman year, and if you get involved in the clubs, I mean, you're in here and you're on air, you're behind the scenes, whatever you want to do. So.
You said you just don't have enough good things to say about Ball State.
I don't. Ball State is wonderful, and if you're interested in news broadcasting and you want to go to college in the Midwest, I don't think there's a better school than Ball State. I mean, from our faculty to the facilities to all the clubs and organizations, it's just incredible. It's incredible, the opportunities that are placed before you. I mean, you have to take advantage of them, but it's just incredible.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Exactly, exactly.
When you look in the camera, okay, so you've anchored before.
Right.
This is not your first time. When you look in the camera, the red light goes on, and you go live. What is going through your head?
Well, I remember the first time I did this, I was nervous, but after my first few times, when I was up here anchoring, I just got this overwhelming feeling of, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I want to do. It's just, it's a feeling of contentment. Just, this is what I want to do. And I feel more comfortable now than I was before. But it takes time getting used to it. But just that overwhelming feeling of, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
This experience is going to help you get there.
Right. Hopefully, yes, and it will. I know it will.
Very good. Give me your full name and spell it for me.
Keith Nicolini, Keith Nicolini.
Where are you from?
Granger, Indiana.
And you're a freshman.
Freshman. From Penn High School.
So, what brought you to Ball State?
Well, I wanted to go to one of the 3 schools around here. It was either IU, Purdue, or here. Chose here because I heard it was the 4th ranked in the nation for the telecommunications department and stuff. That was one of my main reasons.
This is going to be your career?
Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I've been doing news for a while and stuff. Started doing announcements and stuff in 7th grade. Our middle school had facilities, and then through high school, broadcast journalism stuff. And once I got here, I decided, well, once I leave, when I graduate from college, I'll probably get into like corporate video, maybe something outside of news, just because I've done news for a long time. And I think I'm going to get tired of it, but you know, it's a good experience working here.
Tell me about directing. You did a good job, but what kind of pressure do you feel, and how difficult is it?
It varies from show to show. Tonight wasn't really that bad. I mean, we had a couple problems, but I started directing my 11th grade in high school, and we did a live. Am I still going, or you're at? Okay. We'll stop there.
We knew how close we were when we were flying in trying to get the shot.
Yeah.
you can run into
Yeah.
something, and we didn't want to see Benny go.
Yeah.
Okay, I was afraid we'd lose something. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're rolling, and we got 30 minutes now.
All right. We'll start back.
You guys want to throw
My
a
battery's
key?
gonna
Or-
die.
Keith, where were you on the night of the 23rd?
I do not know. I do not know what night that was.
Tell me about what you do in here.
Okay. Well, I'll start off. Last 2 years in high school, I started directing. That was my first experiences as directing live television. We did a newscast in high school, and it was all live. And that was probably my first. Those were my first experiences. Let me think of what else I'm going to say here. Basically, you know, it is stressful. Sometimes it varies from night to night. You know, it depends when things go wrong and when things don't. And you know, when they do go wrong, you have to think fast. You know, and it's just I've done it for so long that it's not, you know, it's not one of those things where I'm going to get panicky and you know, freak out. It's just really the experience that I had, you know, to lead me now. You know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
There's an art to keeping close tabs on a stream of consciousness. You know,
Yes,
and
yes,
how
there
the
is.
Thought process is going.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
Our last show of the year is going to be the blooper show. So.
All right, there you go. There's a good. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I just sit here and push buttons. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
Why'd you choose directing? Why directing?
I like directing, and I like directing live television because it is a little bit of a rush. I get enjoyment out of it. I like live television. I like to be the one to be pushing the buttons and calling the shots and stuff. That's fun for me.
You
Yeah.
like to take the responsibility on your shoulders.
Yeah. I find that, you know, enjoyable. I like to be responsible for the production side of the show. And I like to pull it off with a minimal amount of errors, and I try really hard to do that.
So you're only a second semester freshman.
Yes.
You've only been here for a semester.
Yes, this is my second semester. I like this is a nice facility here. I mean, I didn't think that it would be going as well as it is when I first came here, but you know, everybody here's cool. You know, it's real laid back. Everybody pretty much lets you do whatever you want to do, and I don't know.
It's unusual at a university, any university, for freshmen to be involved at this level this quickly.
That's the way I started high school. I'd have people come into our high school studio thinking I was a senior or something, and that was my freshman year in high school. And it just really goes back to when I first started. A couple of my friends in 7th grade started our newscasts in middle school. I mean, they didn't have anything, and we went to the principal and, you know, got the equipment, and we started doing it, and that's what led me to where I'm at now. I was just starting. I mean, I started at a young age.
So describe yourself.
I'm a pretty laid back guy. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that yell a lot and stuff. I mean, during the show and that, I'm pretty laid back. Try to keep calm, you know, try not to freak out and stuff. I don't know.
But you're in charge.
Yeah.
Like
For the
that?
production side, I am. I don't want to, you know, the producers do get a lot of credit too, you know, for they're the ones that actually put the show together. I am responsible for the production side of it, and it's a big responsibility and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Describing myself, I don't know. I lived in the same place all my life in Granger, and I don't know. I like to. I just like TV and stuff. I don't know. What else would you like to know? I don't know. I don't have any clue. I don't know.
I just want to know what you want to tell me.
I don't know. I like to keep myself busy. I'm not one of those kids that sit around and play video games and stuff. I don't know. I get bored easily, and I have to be involved with something. I mean, I worked last 2 years of my high school career at a TV station and stuff, and that helped me out a lot too with the real world experience and that type of thing.
Tell me about what you learned from in your first semester, balancing your academics and your commitment to that, and this activity, which is very time consuming.
Yes. Well, I started, I'd have to really manage my time a lot in high school. Excuse me, voice squeak. Let's start that one over. I'm going through puberty. Started time, it's just time management. I started, you know, I gotta think this one over. I don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, you've got to realize what's more important, and it's obviously academics and stuff. And I try and get all my, get all that stuff done, get it out of the way, and you just schedule my day, get that stuff out of the way, come do the news. It's just time management, and I really learned a lot of time management through high school again because I was involved with a lot in high school, and I was probably more busy in high school than I am now, which helped out a lot because now I can manage my time real well and get everything done.
What would you tell high school students thinking about coming to Ball State or going to college and telling them about this program? What would you say that would encourage them to come to it?
Well, any students that are in high school that are really interested in telecommunications like I was, I would say, I've looked at the other schools, and this school is a good school for communications. They've got good facilities here. You can get involved your first semester easy. We're always looking for people here to help out. I mean, if you're interested in this field, you can come here right away and get involved with something. I don't know.
You could have gone. You could have stayed in Elkhart.
Yeah.
Got a job full time.
Yeah.
Working there, but
yeah, and a lot of people, try to convince me to do that, and I decided to come to school just A, to get a college experience, and B, I want to get a degree, and I want to, in the long run, I want to be, I want to be able to get a real good job. I want to make a lot of money, so a college degree is probably the best way of doing that.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that okay?
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
I don't know.